Hello everyone, it's Reverend Gail. Well, when we have compassion and care for someone else, we try to put them first. We put ourselves in second place and we think about the person and what they really need. Someone who was really good at doing this, in fact, he did it all the time, was, yeah, you got it right, Jesus. And in the story I'm about to tell you, we can see exactly who Jesus has compassion and care for. You know, when bad things happen, it's sometimes hard to remember just how much God cares for us. And for Jairus, a terrible thing had happened. His daughter, who was only 12, was very, very poorly. I must find someone who can make her better, he thought desperately. Someone who really cares about children. I know. I'll go and find my friend Jesus. I think he's come back to town today. It wasn't hard to find Jesus. He was in the middle of a huge crowd of people who'd run out to welcome him home. Jesus, Jairus called out, kneeling at Jesus' feet. Please come and make my daughter better. I think she's dying. I know you care, he thought. You see, Jesus cared so much that he didn't waste any time. He set out straight away with the crowd pressing in around him so that they nearly squashed him. Oh, thank God, thought Jairus, hurrying towards his house. I've got a friend who cares. But then Jesus stopped. He said, Who touched me? Peter said, Lord, lots of people are touching you. It's a real squash in these streets. Jairus was desperate to get Jesus to his daughter. Doesn't Jesus care, he thought. But Jesus said, I know someone touched me. I know power went out from me. I don't care, thought Jairus. I just want Jesus to come and make my daughter well again. But a woman came out looking very embarrassed and told everyone how she'd had a problem with her tummy for 12 years. But when she touched the edge of Jesus' cloak, she was better straight away. I don't care, thought Jairus miserably. My problem's worse than that. Jesus said to the woman, Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace. But as he was speaking, someone came from Jairus' house. They said, Your daughter's dead. Don't bother Jesus anymore. The daughter Jairus cared so much for was dead. By stopping to care for the old lady, Jairus thought Jesus shows he doesn't care about my daughter after all. But of course, Jesus did care for Jairus, and he said quickly, Don't be afraid, just believe and she will be healed. Jesus and Jairus and the other disciples went up to the girl's room. Some people were already wailing and weeping, showing how much they cared. But Jesus said, Stop that noise. She's not dead. She's only sleeping. They just laughed at him, as they knew she was dead. Jairus felt as if he would never care about anything else again. But Jesus took the girl by the hand and said, Get up, little girl. And straight away she stood up right as rain. Jairus felt bubbling over with happiness again. Jesus did care after all. He didn't just care for the woman in the street with the tummy problem who was quite old. He didn't just care for Jairus, who was a grown-up. He didn't just care for Jairus' daughter, who was a child. Jairus understood something new about Jesus. He thought happily, Jesus cares about absolutely everyone. Well, Jesus showed compassion, didn't he? Both on the old lady and on Jairus and his daughter. Now, we're going to use our hands today in prayer. It's called an eyes open finger prayer. So you need to hold up your 2 index fingers, one behind the other, like this. Can you do that? You see, the one in front, this one, the number 1 finger is you, and the one behind is someone who needs your care and compassion. Now, it might be one of your friends in your class, or maybe it's a member from your family, or it might even be your teacher. So as I say the words of the prayer, can you slowly bring the front finger round behind the other one, like that, so that instead of you being number 1, the other person becomes number 1. Are you ready? And if you want to make this prayer your prayer too, say Amen at the end. Dear Jesus, please help me to show care and compassion for other people. Help me to put them first and put myself in second place, just like you did all the time. Amen. And so we say together the prayer that Jesus taught us. Our Father who is in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, for ever and ever. Amen. And so may the Lord bless you and keep you, now and always. Amen.